Good afternoon, Alan. My name's Eddie. We spoke many times on the phone but not actually met. I'm just going to do a video on the outside and the inside of your current van. This is the condition that we've just received it in today, just to reassure you that there's no scuffs, marks, blemishes or anything like that on it. As you can see from front to back, there are no blemishes, no dents, no scratches, no marks. It is waiting to be PDI'd and cleaned and valeted inside before you take delivery of it. Coming around the back, the rubies are intact, no cracks or damage on them. Same likewise this side. Moving forward from the back to the front, we have had a bit of rain, so there are water lines on it, but that will be all clean before you take delivery. Cassette toilets working, no damage, no cracks. Side walls, no marks, no scratches. Windows perfect. We have your roller boards for the third bunk in the back, all intact, no damage. Likewise there. Carpets are still in the genuine wrapper, not been taken out. We're going to leave them in the wrapper for you to receive up in Scotland. Moving forward, there's no blemishes on the worktop, none round here. Cooker's intact. Okay. Moving to the bathroom. Bathroom's mirrors intact, the shower head, the door's intact, everything's intact here. Coming out to the back, two mattresses, one there, one underneath. Your ladder for the top bunk on this side. Your dinette table, your furniture. Curtains are all intact, no damage on the blinds. So they're intact. They're intact. They're intact. I will check the front blinds so that you can see I've also checked those. Kitchen blinds intact there. Lounge window. Lounge window. So all the window blinds and all the fly screens are intact. No problem there whatsoever. Okay, skylight sunroof, fly screen and blind. And that's it. That's everything checked for you. Now this will go through a cleaning process over the next couple of days, along with all the extras that you get. It will have a full PDI, 120 point check on a PDI, and you will take delivery of your new Caravan on the 8th. As promised, we're now just about to do the complete dispatch video, both inside and out of the vehicle for you. My colleague, who's the dispatch supervisor, Phil Egan, he's going to take you through the video and he's going to be doing everything. If you've got any questions, all you've got to do is give me a call, we'll speak to Phil and see where we can go from there.
Hello Mr Bell, my name's Phil, I am the dispatch supervisor here at Glossop Caravans. First things first, can I just congratulate you on your absolutely beautiful purchase. So my job here now is to show you how the Caravan works and to make sure that you are completely understanding with everything that I'm going to show you. So first thing I'm going to show you, Mr Bell, is I'm going to show you underneath this bed box here. Okay, now as we can see, right down in the bottom corner here we have a hot water tank. It's a 10 litre hot water tank and it works like an immersion heater. So when we go around and have a walk around the outside, I'll show you in more detail what everything is on the outside. But basically this tank fills automatically. And basically how that works is you connect your barrel up on the outside, and then what we do advise you to do is simply just pop the water pump switch on just above the door. Again, I'll show you when we work our way back. And what then happens is we do advise you to open the hot water tap to get the air running out of it. And what that does is that automatically fills this hot water tank, okay? Now, when you are not using the Caravan, I strongly advise that you drain it down, okay? And there's two reasons why I'd advise that. First one is it gets you into a really good routine of knowing that it's drained down. Second of all is you're not going to come with any problems during the winter time. Now that is the most important part, is when you are using the Caravan during the winter. Now when you're using the Caravan, obviously you're going to have the hot water on, so there's no reason for you to be draining it down. But when you have finished with the water tank, always drain it down. Now to drain it down, we are looking just at this yellow tap here. So simply all we're going to do is flick that up, and what that is going to do, that's going to completely drain the water system down for you. Now again, another thing you want you to do as well, just to make sure that it is safe and all the water's completely drained out of it, is all your mixer taps, make sure you leave those open as well, because what that's going to do, that is going to completely fill the system with air, and it's going to help you for better drainage. For the second part of this video, we're going to show you how to control your heating and your hot water. So this here is your main control panel for the Aldi heating. So I just want to talk you through the opening screen. So 19 degrees is currently what the room stat's reading in here at the moment. Little circulation image in the top left, it tells that the radiators are on and it's circulating through the system. And then top right, it just tells that we are hooked up to the mains electric. Okay, so press your menu. This is now going to give us our 4 options just here. So starting from the top, you've got minimum, maximum, and this here is your room temperature. Now, room temperature goes to a lowest point of 5 degrees and a highest point of 30 degrees. Now, no matter what you set it to, it will constantly maintain that temperature. So say, for example, you put it at 22, the room stat inside the Caravan will maintain at 22 at all times. Okay. Next one down is your hot water. So nothing highlighted in the volume bar. Hot water is completely turned off. You've then got 2 options. You've got a halfway point and you've got a maximum point. Now, halfway point is going to do the water to its standard temperature, which is around 55 degrees. So that is general domestic use, that sort of thing. Now, if you put it onto the maximum, this is where the 30-minute boost comes into effect. Now, the 30-minute boost is if you are going to use the shower. And the idea behind it is as the water empties out the tank, it refills up off the aqua roll like it always would, but it's heating the system quicker. So the idea there is he's trying to get the best out of that shower within the best possible time. Now, after 30 minutes, that will then switch itself back down to its original setting. So if you've gone out for the day, you forgot to turn the hot water boost off, don't be panicking, because after, like I say, after 30 minutes, it will do so for you. And then you've simply got to choose whether you're going to use electric or gas to power the system. So your options here now are 1 to 3 kilowatt. Now, this is a bit of a tough area for me now, because I can't sort of say to you, put this on 3, put this on 2, because different campsites will offer a different power supply. So the best thing you can do there is to ask somebody who works at the campsite you're staying on. Ask them what electric and what kilowatt you can use it on, and that's what it's there to do. And then finally, you've just got the gas. Now down the bottom here, if you highlight that flame green, what that's then going to do, that's going to power the system on gas. So should you be going on a campsite where you're off grid, that will then allow you to use your heating and hot water on the gas. Okay, so this here is the main Swift Command control panel. So starting from the left hand side, we have your water pump, exactly what it says in the tin. If you don't have your pump on, you're not going to get any water coming through the Caravan. Next one across is your awning light, so that controls the outside light just on the outside of the door. You've then got lighting. Now the lighting here is going to control your dimmable lights. So we've got 2 dimmable lights. So dimmer 1 is the light into the rear of the Caravan, and dimmer 2 is the light into the front of the Caravan. Now straight away, as you can see there, they do dim, so you can control what level you want the lighting at really. So say for example, you sat down watching a film or anything like that, you can reduce the lighting right down. It's really good just to have that ambient lighting on at the top of the van. Okay, press your home button again. You've then got your power levels. So the power levels, you can see your leisure battery and your vehicle battery levels. And then back to the home screen. Now down the bottom here now, I won't talk about the heating just yet, I want to talk about the settings. Now the settings here, this is where it allows you, as you can see, to control your time, your date, your day and all that sort of thing. But more importantly, this is where it's going to allow you to pair your smartphone using the Swift Command system. Now, Swift Command is a system that you can use, basically you can use this Caravan through an app on your phone. Now, one thing I will need you to do for us to get this all registered is I need you to visit www.swiftcommand.co.uk. Now, the reason I need you to do that is because before you can use the Swift Command, basically we need you to set up an account. So what I will ask you to do is visit that website I've just said, that's www.swiftcommand.co.uk. Get yourself an account set up. Now unfortunately, because of the data laws, we can't do that for you. Now once you've then set your account up, if we could ask you to give us a call on the main switch number, and then we can complete the registration for you. And basically what that means is it's a two-part registration. So you register the Swift command in your side, and then we need to finish it on our side. Now obviously in your situation you're not going to be here to have a handover on site, that's why we're doing the video. So that's why once you've then set it up, like I say, if you could ring us, we know then where we're going from there on that one. Okay, then back to the home screen. You've then got your radio settings. So the radio settings, where it gives you a choice, just in the top left here you've got your mode. So we've got FM, DAB and auxiliary. Now I will work back to the front of the Caravan after I'll show you the radio module, but on the radio module there is a little section that says auxiliary. Now inside there, that's where you're going to use a jack lead, and you can run your phone through the system. So basically, if you've got music on your phone you want to listen to, you can listen to that through the Caravan system. Okay, and then you've got the off position, and then back to the home screen. And once you've finished with the Caravan, you're powering it down completely. Just simply press and hold the little Swift logo to the left hand side, and that there has powered the Caravan down completely. Okay, Mr. Bell, so the next part I'm going to show you the Caravan fridge. Now the fridge that's fitted to this Caravan is a Dometic fridge. Now as you see the control panel here in the bottom right hand side, first of all it's all a little touchpad. So this here is going to control your temperature setting, and as you can see it goes from minimum all the way up to maximum. Now to use your Caravan fridge we would always advise about number 2, number 3, around the mid area, because it is like your fridge at home. If you do have it on maximum, everything's going to freeze over. Okay, now little arrow just on the right hand side here. Now this is going to allow you to go through your different modes. Now as you can see you've got 4 different modes. You've got an auto, mains electric, gas and the battery. So automatic mode. Now automatic mode is what I would advise every customer to use your fridge on, and the reason I would advise that is purely and simply it is automatic. So it's there to do that job for you, it's there to take that worry away from you. Now you can go through them manually, so basically you've got a battery setting. Now the battery setting is not currently working at the moment, and the reason for that is because we're not connected to the back of a car. Now the battery setting you use when you're driving from A to B, and what that will do is that will keep your fridge, it'll keep it chilled for you, it's not going to keep it freezing cold. We've also got a gas setting. Now when you're using it on the gas, this is for when you're on a campsite where you're off grid and you've got no electric hookup. But again, you're on a campsite with electric hookup, 90% of the time you're going to be using the mains hookup. But like I just said to you just then, if you use it on the auto setting, like I said, that takes away the stress of having to worry about it. So the only thing you need to worry about is when you've finished your holiday, just press and hold in the top left hand corner here. That physically turns the fridge off. And then if we just look to the inside, when you have finished using the fridge and you're powering the fridge down, putting it away into storage, what we do is you do a little bit of plastic there, just sits proud. If you just slide that part out, and what that does, that stops the fridge door from fully closing, so it keeps it ventilated, stop it going mouldy and smelly when you're not using the Caravan fridge. Alright? Next part is the chemical toilet. Now, operating the chemical toilet from the inside, first of all we have a blade just down the front here. Now as you look inside the toilet, slide it, that's going to open the toilet and that's going to close the toilet. Now when you are taking the cassette out from the outside, you've got to make sure that that's in the closed position. So you simply open it up, do what you've got to do, and then when it comes to flushing, if you just press the blue button on top, and that will produce the water, which is in a separate tank just on the outside. Now when the cassette is full, and somebody gets the nice job of emptying it, if you just look at the toilet here where you've got a little symbol of a cassette there, that'll come up with a flashing red light. When that flashing red light shows, that's to tell you that the cassette toilet is full, somebody has got the nice job of emptying it. Your Caravan, Mr. Bell, is fitted with an alarm. Okay, now with the alarm system, first thing you want to know is how the alarm operates. Now for insurance purposes, the alarm works on a motion sensor, which is just down the bottom here near my foot, and it also works on a tilt sensor. So imagine that there is your Caravan. Now how the tilt sensor works, your Caravan moves up or down, that's going to trigger the alarm straight away. Now there's your fob for it, so your first little button is just a little torch. So once you've had a few too many gin and tonics, you've got half a chance of seeing where you're going. The second button, one bleep, activates the alarm. second button again, bleeps twice, that deactivates the alarm. So just to recap there, 1 for on, 2 for off, and then the third button, that's going to control your outside awning light. So the idea behind that is because the awning light is an LED light, a lot of campsites don't want you going out at night time and leaving the lights on because they're too bright. So by doing it on the fob, when you're stumbling back from the clubhouse at 1 AM in the morning, you've got half a chance of seeing what you're doing. One of the other jobs I'd like to have a quick talk to you about, Mr. Bell, is fitting the gas cylinder to your Caravan. Now, when it comes to using gas, we do strongly advise that you use a propane gas. And the reason we advise propane is because you can use it all year round. So as you're seeing here now, this here is a propane gas cylinder. Now, when it comes to fitting the propane cylinder, we are going to provide you with one of these pipes. So when the Caravan gets delivered, this pipe will be inside the Caravan waiting for you. Now, you're simply going to tighten it onto the top on a standard thread, and you're going to tighten it hand tight. Once you've then tightened that as hand tight as you can get it, we'll then ask you to nip it up with a spanner. Now please do not over tighten that top brass fitting. Because it's got a rubber washer in there, if you over tighten it, it's going to split the washer. Then on the actual cylinder itself, again it's another thread, but it's a left hand thread. So to tighten it, you're going to go to the left, and then again you tighten that as tight as you can get it. And then using a gas cylinder, it's simply on and off on the top valve on the actual cylinder itself. Now again, when you are travelling, always make sure that the gas is turned off when you are travelling. And just for added safety, you have got a little yellow isolation valve that cuts off the gas supply to the Caravan completely. Okay, outside ventilation. Because you can use your hot water boiler on gas, this is simply just releasing the fumes coming out of the Caravan, okay? Now this here is where your fresh water is going to sit. So you're going to have an aqua roll that's sitting here, Mr. Bell. And this is the hose that you're going to use that's going to get the water from the aqua roll inside the Caravan system. So you simply drop that into your aqua roll, and it's just on a trigger system. Click that into place, that's that bit done. In here is your battery box and your mains hookup. So leisure battery is going to fit onto there. Mains hookup is just on and off like a standard car or home 3-pin socket. So you simply lock it in, bring the wire around the back, lock it into place like that. Okay. As we come further along, we have your 2 outlets down the bottom here. Those are your waste outlets. So you've got one for the kitchen sink and one for the bathroom sink and the shower. So how it works, you've got some 2-into-1 hosing. They push onto each outlet, and the 2-into-1 hosing then goes into a Wastemaster. Now a Wastemaster is a big 38-litre barrel, and what that does is it holds all the water from the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink and the shower. And then finally, the job that everyone loves to hate is the toilet system. So, top tank. Now this here is your flush tank. So in here you're going to use a mixture of water and pink chemical. Now how much pink you are going to use, this all depends on the one that you've purchased. Different pink manufacturers will state different amounts depending on how much you're going to use. But you simply put your pink into there, and then you fill it up with water, and you're literally looking at where the fill line is, just here. Final part to the toilet system is the actual cassette itself. Now this is where all the fun happens, should we say. Now emptying the cassette, first of all you're going to lift and raise. That's going to slide the cassette out, and as you can see straight away, the cassette is on wheels, so it is a multi-functioning job for anybody. Now emptying the cassette, twist the cap out, take the cap off the end of the spout, you're simply going to press the button and you're going to pour it away. Now always make sure you empty this in your designated areas. Your campsite will have designated areas around the site which allows you to empty your waste into it. And then down the bottom here is where you're going to use a blue chemical. Just water in there now from testing. Again, the same with the pink. Always make sure that you use the right amount of blue according to the one that you've purchased. And then finally, as we work our way to the back, this here is underbed access. Now this is access inside your Caravan, so please do keep this locked at all times. I always use my little brother as an example at this point. My little brother is about 4 foot nothing, and it's very, I've seen it happen before. They crawl underneath if you've locked the keys inside the van, so it's not something we do regular, but just make sure you keep that locked at all given times. Okay, Mr. Bell, that concludes your handover through the video. Eddie's back with me now, so first of all, can I just say, I really do hope you enjoy it. Thank you again for your purchase through Glossop Caravans. yeah, any queries or questions, please don't hesitate, get on the phone to us. You've got our number, you've certainly got Eddie's number. We're here to help. Please phone us if you need us.